Hey you guys, it's me, Wendy, from before. If you want to spend more time with me and Goons, come on over to our Patreon, where you can hang out with us on Discord, read our super secret backstories, watch behind-the-scenes stuff, and hear Goon Talk, our Patreon-exclusive talk show podcast. Me and Tallyho will meet you there. This is really good.
Thanks for the grub, Drogar. Hi, Winnie?
Mm-hmm.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah, what's on your mind, Cal?
You've been having a bunch of dreams since we've been here in Barovia, right?
Yeah, it is really spooky dreams here.
Could you help me think through one of mine?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. I've been having the same dream for the last couple of days. It's dark night, but somehow I can see as clear as day. The ground is so close to me, I can smell, almost taste the dirt. And I'm moving fast. So fast I feel dizzy, exploring everything, every direction. And I'm hungry. So hungry.
It sounds like in your dream you're hunting for something. What you think you're hunting for?
I don't know, I can't make heads or tails of it.
Hey Dungeoneers, thanks for joining us for another episode. Be sure to like, subscribe, and ring the bell icon to be notified every time we post a new video. Doing so gives us advantage on our Constitution saves against the almighty algorithm. Thanks Dungeoneers, and take your listen with advantage. Now that our Call of Cthulhu mini-campaign, Madness and Mercy, has come to its thrilling conclusion, you can binge all the episodes on our YouTube channel today. When last we left our heroes, they took a chance to rest and reflect at Dimitri's tower. Artemis had a vision of a handsome devil. Winnie learned a lesson about growth and cheese in a few chaotic messages with Charlie. And Callister found ancient maps in the tower that held clues to Barovia's past. As our heroes prepare to set out back to Vallaki after a successful mission, what will await them? Find out now on the Strahdcast. Close your eyes. Take a deep breath. Shuffle off this mortal coil and transport yourselves to the far, foggy realm of Barovia.
I think you spent another night at Dimitri's tower. You awake in the morn. The time is yours.
Did he ever look at the sketch?
He
noticed it.
I don't know, Dan. I don't know. I guess we'll have to find out.
Oh boy.
Cass gets up early, stands up, stretches, cracks her neck, and like the rest of her body, she like does sort of like.
You're the one who did it.
And then finds a corner of the room to sit in and do like a little meditation.
And all you hear is
Okay. Very soothing. The sounds of Drogar cooking are very soothing.
Wait. Time out. In the Cass and Zarya fight, there's this part I cut out because it's like Zarya cracks her knuckles and someone goes.
It seems like it was.
You just did it.
Let me see if I can get a nice.
You're actually turning into a Hydra.
Cthulhu away.
Oh, never. Let me see if I can get a nice.
Oh!
Just right into my microphone.
Oh, we have that sound effect now.
Okay, back to the
Well
game.
done, everyone.
Yeah, so she finds a little corner. She kneels down. I guess first she'll check and see if you need any help, and you probably don't.
Oh, I'm doing quite fine. Would you like to taste it?
Sure.
Can Drogar make a ranged attempt to like fling some of it at Cass's mouth?
Dexterity check.
Do a ranged attack roll.
Oh, well, that's not bad, actually.
A ranged attack roll for oatmeal.
Roll for oatmeal.
Roll for oatmeal? Roll for ranged oatmeal?
Toss, yeah.
So it'll be just plus your dex bonus.
Yeah, it's a 14.
Okay, do a dex saving throw.
Kaz rages.
That's a dex saving throw. That's a 11, I think. Yeah, 11.
Use some oatmeal in your eye.
Well, it looks great.
Oh, we were so close.
And yeah, she goes like just flicks it out of her eye and goes to her corner, kneels down, palms up on her knees, and just deep breaths, meditates, starts her day.
Nice.
She's working on her anger management skills.
Yeah.
How's that coming?
We'll find out.
It's fine, dude.
Has the Falcon returned? And
You sent the old map to Charlie,
we asked him like if he knew anything about the temple.
which he didn't off the bat, right? But
He
you sent
surely
it.
didn't say that he did.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
when
if you
we
knew anything, you
ended,
didn't say so.
I don't think we spent enough time for my Falcon to get there, but we messaged him and told him there's this.
A bird is
Right,
coming.
it's on the way.
Message coming
Yeah.
for you.
Okay, all right.
So if the Falcon hasn't returned yet, I fell asleep in the windowsill, and I would wake up and look out the window and see if the Falcon's coming home.
You,
She's such a little kid.
in fact, you wake up to the sounds of fluttering wings as Callister's familiar lands on the windowsill beside you.
Yes! And I'm going to look and see if he has a map in his little talons.
Did you want it back?
We asked for it back.
And
But I told everybody
I
as much
believe-
that we probably wouldn't get it
Whoa.
back.
He's rolling.
I
for
believe
it.
before you roll and make that DC, Callister did tell
I
his
told my bird
familiar
to make sure you
to
get
bring
that.
it back.
Yeah, I was
So-
like, this dude's a fucker.
Let's see what happens.
Son of a bitch.
He does have it. Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you, bird.
He does it. It's tied back to his leg with what looks like a cat gut.
Oh my
A
god.
cat gut?
Yeah, cat gut.
Oh, that's a thing?
Yeah.
I mean, I know it's a thing, but like, it's a thing that is commonly found outside of a cat?
Well,
Outside of a
A
cat?
cat gut? Like an innard?
it's a type of cord that's made from innards.
Oh.
Oh.
Oh, okay. Now
I
I'm
thought
less
it was a
concerned.
bleeding cat gut.
No.
Okay.
No. Cat gut.
Charlie, you sick son of a bitch.
I know. I was like, what a fucking
No,
weirdo.
it's a fiber. It's like it's a cord that's made from the
Cat guts.
innards of an animal.
Okay.
It doesn't specifically have to be cat, but often it is.
And I'm going to say, little bird, can I take that?
The Falcon cocks its head, and then it presents a leg, and it pulls it back, and then it like puts its head up and chuckles.
Definitely counts.
I'll chuckle, Wista bird.
and then it like comes closer to you, nuzzles you, and like presents its
Oh, I
leg.
like this bird. Bird, do you have a name?
And then nods.
You do? Cow.
What's up, Winnie?
Does this bird have a name?
Eh?
What's his name?
Well, there's a lot of power in the night. But, you know, Cal was playing with his bag of holding, testing things out. He puts it down. He puts it down, gets out of the way, and then he scrambles up towards the windowsill to you, and he comes over, and he goes, there's a lot of power in the night. I don't even say his name often.
Is it magic, his name?
And then I look at him. I look at him to ask permission if I can tell you his name.
Oh.
A 19. He must trust you. So then he gives me the nod, and I go, I don't even say his name much. So, Sangfrey.
Sangfrey. Does something happen if you say his name?
Oh no, he's just his own thing. I look out the window, and I point to some like prey that's running around outside that I can spot, and I bring his attention to it, and he takes off. And I go, he's kind of a pain in the ass. He's actually very useful, but he doesn't like being told what to do. You kind of have to tell him what you don't want him to do for him to do it.
Okay. Well, he did a really good job of bringing the map back, because I really thought we were never going to see this map again.
But, so, I don't like to think of him as mine.
Sangfrey.
Mhm.
Should I not say his name a whole lot?
I'll check in with him.
Okay. Well, here's the map back. I didn't find out anything at all.
Charlie, he's a weird chap.
He just said a bunch of rhyming words.
I kind of wonder, like, if you get that smart and you know that many things, is there a point where your brain
It's
just
bad
breaks?
for your brain. I think stuff starts spilling off of the top. Like all the old useful stuff starts spilling off the top.
As Drogar is bringing Artemis addictive porridge, he overhears that and he goes, Winnie, I've forgotten more than you'll ever learn.
That's such a good line!
Callister rolls his eyes.
Kaz opens one eye. That's why I try not to learn too much.
Ah, it's strategic, is it?
with a satisfied smile on her face.
All right, so then Callister asks for the map back, and I put it back in the book where it belongs, and then I give Winnie a nod, and then I scramble down to try to find something I can use to seal it back into the book properly.
Just pop it in there.
I fail. I find nothing of use. I even hassle Drogar.
And Drogar's like, not now, you fool, you'll make me burn the oatmeal.
Oh my god.
And so then I just...
Aren't you supposed to be reading that book I gave you?
Oh.
Everyone's a little spicy this
I
morning.
know!
And then I go, you're lucky I'm hungry. And then I leave you to cook. And then I give you like a joking little...
A joking nod.
And so then I put it back in the book, and I put it in the bag of holding, and then I hesitate, and I think to myself, what happens if the page falls out of the book in the bag of holding? Like, would I be able to retrieve it?
Yeah, anything that's in the bag of holding you can get. Yeah, you just need to summon the thing to your mind to retrieve it from a bag of holding.
You just think it.
Drogar has brought each of you now your porridge for the morning.
I'm gonna look around for Pasha so that he can have porridge too.
Pasha.
He's up off in a corner where he usually just hangs out.
Pasha, do you want to share porridge?
Okay.
Let me share porridge.
Where are we going now?
I think that we gotta go take the gem to Davian
Absolutely.
at the winery so that it's safe.
Mm-hmm.
And then we were talking about... Oh, no. Oh. No.
What?
Just a quick errand while we're in the area. You can stay at the winery.
Yeah, we're...
Oh, shit.
But he doesn't like the winery either.
You can stay near the winery.
Then we're gonna go to the Berserkers and get a list of things and then leave right away.
However, you can stay with the rest of us on the outskirts, and I will go in and retrieve the list.
Also, Kaz can go in. She is the queen.
You should know, I'm actually their leader now, so I can tell them you're with me. You're cool.
Okay. I guess the last time you went, you came back. So, okay.
I'm gonna roll insight on Pasha, and I want to I think I want to see how much he trusts us.
Mm-hmm. Sure, give me an insight check.
17.
Look at you with your tower.
Hey!
One and only Malika.
I think he's come along. He's come a long way.
Yeah.
He's more communicative. He doesn't bunch himself up quite so small, when he's hanging out and traveling around with you guys. You get the sense that certainly more than the last time you ran into the Berserkers, at least.
Yeah, he's using his words and
Mm-hmm.
everything.
Which was
Yeah,
only
'cause-
a couple of days ago.
Yeah, but a lot happened.
And also, just like a couple hours after we found him in like his pure feral state.
Mm-hmm.
And so Callister pulls a chair over and sits down next to Pasha, and he goes, so I think we're going back to your neck of the woods. We got some business to do of our own, but if there's any business you need help with, any one of us is more than happy to give you aid.
Mm-hmm.
What business would I have?
I don't know, that's a question for you, mate. But if you need anything done, all you gotta do is ask.
I can't think of anything. Everything I was supposed to do, well, everyone's dead now.
Funny how life does that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
there any old trees you like to check on?
Trees are usually quite fine left to their own devices.
Are there any things that would aid you if we went about doing them? Do you have anything you'd like to accomplish?
Like what?
Well, I don't know. Is there any places you'd like to see for the first time? Is there anything you'd like to learn?
Everywhere we go is where I've seen the first time.
Do you have any things you'd like to learn? Any interests? What are your intentions with my daughter? With my Winnie. Do you have perhaps a college essay we could help you write?
I don't know. I thought that I was going to spend my whole life in a cage, so, you know, anything that's not that is pretty alright with me.
Alright, sounds good to me then.
Would you like to learn how to cook?
Well, so
Okay.
your dad one lesson.
Yes, and you're quite good at knowing how things taste.
I did make that potion.
Yes. Yes, the potion.
He leans over to Winnie and he gives her a wink.
Potion, yes.
Hmm.
And from what I understand, everybody seemed to enjoy it. Didn't you all?
Oh, it
Yes.
was the most delicious. Intuition.
Delicious potion.
Yeah, Kaz exaggeratedly rubs her
Did they not like it?
No, we really
Oh,
actually
it
did.
was
like
really,
it.
really quite delicious.
Okay.
Dimitri, are you sure you want to stay here?
Yeah, he picks it. Sorry.
Character switch.
Well, you know.
I'm sorry.
That was me.
That was me. I'm sorry. Where's Dimitri in this room?
I'm bad at this game.
Oh, get the
pish
fuck!
posh.
Oh, because you couldn't switch characters on a dime. Get out of here.
One time.
One time.
time.
Dimitri's over to one side with his nose in a book, and he just he picks his head at the mention, picks up his head at the mention of his name. And turns to you and kind of closes it, and she kind of sheepishly gets up from the chair that he was sitting in. I don't know. For 10 years I worked towards one thing, and now that's gone too.
That must
In
be
a way,
really
I very
hard.
much identify with this little one. He says, gesturing to Pasha.
Yeah.
Well, I would not say that it is gone. In those 10 years, you discovered a lot of information. It does not mean that it was all for waste.
That's going to help her really a lot.
I think about all the knowledge you gained about the book.
Yes.
I have a thought. We've kind of been at each other's throats about this particular issue. But it might be interesting to you.
Mm-hmm.
You see, Strahd has invited us to dinner. We've hesitated on taking the mission.
Well, I think that's probably wise.
Right. But I don't know if maybe you want to come along with us. We can maybe come up with some kind of plan along the way, and then we can use it as an opportunity. Also, I think you'd be a lot of good if we were to do something like that. You've spent time studying the castle. You spent time calculating this enemy. We'd be happy to have you.
And should anything arise, we would be grateful to have your aid.
Oh, well, that's very kind of you, and I am glad that you would all still be happy of my company after the way that I've acted in our brief time knowing each other. But unless my invitation got lost in the post, I don't know that I would be welcome in the home of the man I have waged war on for my entire life.
Understood.
And I would be careful about what you do and do not accept from Strahd. He always has a plan.
Mm-hmm.
To forget that is to play his game. And to play his game, there is no winning.
You've been watching him for a really long time.
Mm-hmm.
And like I told you, we have a friend in there.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think... I mean, this is probably a stupid question, and probably the answer is just yes. But do you think she's in more danger if we don't accept this invitation?
I don't think that's a stupid question. I think that's a smart question. It shows good line of thinking. The answer, I'm afraid, is I don't know. If she's in that castle and she's still alive, after this long, I think her odds are good.
Well, that bodes well.
That is good. That's really good to hear. Okay.
I can't say anything for certain, but that is my instinct.
Drogar is going to lean into Winnie in a moment of reflection and just kind of whisper to her,
Remember, there are no bad questions.
I know, but sometimes it's bad when the answer is yes, he's gonna eat her.
All right.
The outcome might not always be what you want.
Artemis would like to put his hand down on Winnie's shoulder and look at her and say, we've been keeping in contact with Irina.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure she'll let us know if something changes, and then we can address the situation.
I need to check in with her again soon, because she did say a couple days ago that she had a plan, that she was going to try and do something. And I really need to check in about if she did that and how it went. Because I think that was like 2 or 3 days ago. I'll check in. I'll do that tonight.
All right. Before I leave you to your devices, Dimitri, you wouldn't happen to have any... I'm asking for a friend. You wouldn't and Kasle starts sweating. He starts sweating, and he's like fumbling the rope on his bag of holding, and he's like, he goes out. For a friend, you wouldn't happen to have any books on lycanthropy, would you?
So at first he was sort of kind of laughing along with your sudden unease, but when you say so, he gets a very serious look on his face. And he strides very, very quickly across the room, and he throws his hands out, and immediately, he puts 2 fingers on your eyelids and opens them up.
oh shit!
And tips your head back, and he's like, open.
Oh my god!
Yeah, tips your head back and lowers your chin, and runs his hands along your arm down to your hand, and puts some thumbs into your palm, and it's just like. How long has it been?
Oh god!
It's been 2 days.
2 days since what?
No!
2 days since what?
He wasn't awake.
What happens in the woods after me? I thought
Callister starts sweating even more.
I thought we made it out all right.
I got a little bite. Nothing too serious.
Where is it? Let me see it.
Does anyone remember where I got? I don't think it was said. I'm going to say
I have a memory of this
Shoulder,
situation.
like a trap.
That's my favorite place to put bites.
Trevor immediately walks over and pulls, grabs your shoulder and pulls the shirt back and looks at the wound.
Have I not told? I haven't.
You haven't told anybody about this.
So
you didn't tell anybody.
And
so
I
what do I
was
see?
unconscious when it happened.
So Winnie is like, what is lycanthropy?
Hold on, Winnie.
What's lycanthropy mean?
What's lycanthropy mean?
What does a bean mean?
So I look at Dimitri and I make hard eyes and I pull the shirt aside and how bad is it? Progress, DM.
But how long has it been? Is it 2 days?
Oh God, that's a great question.
Today we just woke up. We just woke up on day 14.
Oh God.
And that was on day.
When did everything fall apart?
Yeah.
Oh my God, even more than that.
Long ago.
I would say 2 or 3 days. I couldn't see it.
I think it was on day 9 or 10. So I think it's been 3 days.
Yeah. 3 or 4 days. Holy shit.
So 3 days ago?
I think so.
Okay, hang on. Loading.
I don't know what this one just says there's grapes in my bag.
Oh, that's when you got the grapes from Davian.
Oh, right. Wow. That's been like 3 days.
Whoops, you're already a werewolf.
Yeah, because so we made it back to the Berserkers.
Okay, 3 days. Uh-huh.
Yeah,
let's
seems
call it-
about
let's
3.
call it
That seems
3 days.
right.
Did I tell you that Lady Walker... Oh, I'm the worst at this.
Mm-hmm.
Did I tell you that Lady Walker's thing was on the new moon or the full moon?
You said,
I
hold
believe it was new.
I think it was
that's
new moon.
correct.
on. 1 second.
And we had a
Loading.
while.
No, it is fine.
We had like 3 weeks for that.
It was
too.
2.
2 weeks. 2
2
weeks.
Yeah,
Right.
it's now, I think, a little less than 2. Walker,
Y'all ever seen a dog
Lady
fly?
Walker's fan club, creepy shady motherfucker month when no light cuts the fog.
That's it. Yeah,
so new
no
moon.
light.
New moon.
Okay. So, actually, then, that is great news for you.
Oh my God!
That means great news for you, because that means the full moon is already... If the new moon is 2 weeks away, that means the full moon has already happened.
And like it's 4 weeks away.
Correct. So that's great news for you.
Fuck.
Jesus!
No, I think it's still bad news.
Oops.
We got time.
Yeah, so he asks you how long it's been. Somebody answers him. He turns on his heel and runs back over to a desk and starts like throwing papers around. He brings out a moon chart. And looks over it a few days.
When you were around, I'm like, what did you find? You tickled me, you poked me.
So,
Well, let me ask you something. As a friend, when you were bitten by a werewolf, what do you think that means? What do you think happens
There's a lot going
when you get
on.
bitten by a werewolf? I'm curious what your understanding of what is happening is.
You know, have you ever known you should, I don't know, like do your taxes, but you don't want to look at it because you know it's going to be bad news? Or, like, and there's a lot going on. I saw a cell get ripped apart. Artie almost fucking died. Like,
Don't make this a sympathy party!
no, it slipped my mind.
These
alright?
taxes maybe will eat us!
Drogar looks at Dimitri and goes, how does lycanthropy pass in this? Is it a curse or a disease?
Curse can be removed. There is still hope as long as it is done before the first full moon after the bite.
Wait! Is this really happening?
Drogar puts a hand on Callister's chest and goes, hold on, my friend, this might hurt.
Oh!
His eyes go back into his head, and he casts Remove Curse.
Oh! You have removed curse?
And
Absolutely.
you had it ready?
Today I did. I prepared it for today. Because there's other things I was going to do in lines with Remove Curse.
Wait, maybe I want to be a werewolf. wait.
I don't want you to be a werewolf.
You could always punch his face.
Yeah, you're right.
Okay.
Can I punch it out of you?
Do you want me to make a roll
Yeah,
of some
I do.
sort? Yeah.
Yeah, I do.
And I guess, do you want to resist it?
Wait, this is...
Do you want... well, all right, we'll time out.
Yeah.
Stop resisting!
Werewolves are not good. Like they don't match your alignment at all.
Yeah, this is not like a
But
Bruce
this is-
Banner remastering the
but-
Hulk sort of situation.
Yeah.
This is a very exciting narrative beat, and if you don't want to, like, cut it off right now.
Like, I am not opposed to not becoming a werewolf, but, like, just a quick, like, that's just, like, there's so much fun that can be had. Like,
Well, hang on, I'm not done yet.
oh, shit.
No,
And
you-
also, I specifically am asking for information on it,
Uh-huh.
so I can know what's up in
Well, I have information about lycanthropy, but I don't know if it's the same in this realm. I only know what it is in Faerun.
Mhm.
And it is not good in Faerun.
Oh my god.
Well, as an expert in lycanthropy, or canthropies in general, let's call it. Mine is a little bit different.
Yes.
Yes.
Huh. Right, you're bad. But Anthropy?
Oh.
Corventropy. Very close.
And now
It's
I'm
not so
offended.
simple, though. This place, nothing works the way it should here.
Yes.
You can remove the curse from his flesh here, but not his soul.
Oh.
That can only be done.
What does that mean?
Continue.
It means his spirit can only be fully cleansed by killing the sire.
Oh.
That is the werewolf that made the werewolf that bit you.
Oh.
The werewolf that made the... Oh my god, so it's back on degree of separation.
Well,
Hair of the dog that bit me.
You did destroy the werewolf.
Yes. Right?
You did destroy the werewolf that...
Callister's face, darkens, and his, countenance falls. And, he feels Pasha, but, he won't look at Pasha. And he doesn't say anything.
Yeah, Artemis will kind of glance over at Pasha, and then just look back and go, the werewolf is gone.
But is it the one? Is it the sire?
No. Well, I
don't
know how we can even find out who the sire is.
It would be the leader of the pack.
Is it possible that was the leader of the pack?
Well, I don't know. Anything is possible.
Well, someone
You'd have to ask the pack, I suppose.
Someone had to turn that.
Callister, I want you to tell me everything that you remember about that night.
All right. Let's see. I remember having to scale the waterfall.
Okay.
Hearing the jaws snapping. Artemis sounding oddly at peace during the fight. He looks at Pasha. Pasha coming to Artemis's aid.
Do you remember?
Yeah, I tried to put the werewolf to sleep. And it didn't work very well.
Well, I could have assumed that. Do you remember how many wolves there were precisely?
There was the werewolf, and then there were 2 other actual wolves.
At the start of the fight, I believe there were 6.
There were 6 wolves and 1 werewolf.
Good work, man.
He looks to Dimitri and he goes,
well, it sounds like perhaps that was the pack master.
Well, it's not so simple. You see, here, well, it is and it is not. Here in Barovia, we've been on our own so long here. There is only one sire that rules the werewolves of this land. And so unless werewolves have mysteriously vanished from this valley, which is a long shot, it was not the sire. I know where they make their home, though I do not know the name of their leader. One way to find out for sure would be to go to their den, above Lake Baratok, not too far from here, actually.
Oh, God.
Between here and the fortified city of Kresk.
Oh, my Lord.
All right, but I still have questions, though.
Between here and Kresk.
Mm-hmm.
I still have questions, though.
Please.
Does getting bit guarantee that you are wolfified?
No, but the signs are clear on you.
What are the signs?
At your stage, difficult to read, but there for one who knows where to look.
It is safe to assume most times when bit by a werewolf, you are infected.
What your friend has done, removing the curse from your body, will stop the worst of the symptoms as we approach the full moon. But unless the sire is killed, hell or high water, when that moon is full again, you will lose yourself.
Will there be anything to reason with in him when he turns? Or will Cal not exist in that moment?
Not the first time.
Can you not talk about me like I'm not here?
I'm sorry, my friend.
Perhaps you should have mentioned you were bit by a werewolf, my friend.
Don't yell at him. He's a werewolf.
Yes, but he is also an adult.
Well, just put me in the bag of holding and, tie the strings.
That's bad. You will go to another dimension and go poof.
Dimitri, where is this cave exactly?
Before we get into those details, if we can keep him contained for a night, can he keep his mind going forward? Is it something he can master?
It is not an exact science, my friends, but what I will say is you would have a hell of a job keeping him contained for one night.
Here's where you are.
It's
somewhere up here.
So it's really right nearby.
Yeah. You're not too far from it.
Oh, God.
Son of a bugbear.
Drogar looks at the party and is just like,
other plans will have to wait.
Do not be mistaken. This is a serious matter. But the full moon is still quite some time away.
How long is it away? If the new moon is in 2 weeks.
Just shy of a month.
Yeah, well, it's a little less than 2 weeks, right? So it's a little shy of a month you have until the full moon. The full moon was actually probably the night before all of this happened, or something like that.
Okay.
I don't know exactly how the math would work out, but yeah, you have some time.
Okay, so how how was the wolf that bit me transforming outside of the full moon?
Over time, it is. While it is true initially, you are bound by the influence of the moon. Over time, just like with anything, there is much to learn. As werewolves develop, their power become more familiar and give themselves more and more to the beast within. You gain more command over it. But it is not, you are not of your mind. It is more like loading a bolt into a crossbow and letting it fly in a direction you so choose, less than guiding the bolt yourself. Do you understand?
Callister, from my understanding of your morals and how you view the light, this is not a way that you'd want to go.
Well, he didn't choose this.
I understand. There is attempting, though, to understand and to perhaps master lycanthropy.
That's how it started with a lot of the lycanthropes. Lycanthropes that I ran across in the Moonwood. They all seem to lose their mind and lose focus, become animalistic.
It is a way to gain power, but not control.
Okay.
And immortality. But
Okay.
again, not control.
The most important thing is, what do you want to do now? Because if this feels like a really heavy thing for you to have to carry around now. And so if you want to go and try and get answers on this, we can do that before we do anything else. Or we have a month. What do you want to do? Or do you want a second to think about it? Because this is like really big news.
I want to know what's happening to me. I want to know what's happening to me. I want to know if I have to go and wipe out an entire group of people. If that truly is the only option I have. Because the wolf that bit me. But whatever this sire is, I don't know him from Adam.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not that excited about taking a life to spare my own.
What do you know about this group, Dimitri? Can you reason with them when they're in their human form, or are they, do you know anything other than where they make their home?
I've never had the pleasure. I wish I could tell you more. But they serve Strahd. So in being opposed to him...
We'll look into it, Cal. We don't have to make any decisions right now.
It is possible there are other entities that could remove this curse from your spirit, but that would be an entity of power beyond what you or I as mortals could muster. And there are few and far between entities as such here in Barovia.
I expended a lot of magic to destroy that curse.
Drogar, I didn't ask you to, mate.
No, but it called for it. So if you turn in our presence, there is nothing stopping you from ripping our throats out.
There are a little shy of a month. You expended that magic of your own volition on me without asking me. And I appreciate the sentiment, but I didn't ask for that, mate. All I'm doing right now is trying... Well, I do owe you all an apology. I should have said something sooner. That's on me.
Yes.
But right now, I'm trying to understand what's happening to me, and then I will make my decisions.
The curse binds your spirit to a spirit from beyond this place. A spirit of savagery. It will share your body and take command of it under the influence of a full moon. Over time, your spirit and this of a wild thing will become more intertwined, and so you may learn to transform when you so choose. But the thing that lives and beats within your heart now is different than the one that dwells within mine. Yours is one of anger, carnal instinct to hunt and destroy. That is what you will be if you transform.
So what's mingling with your spirit?
Much the same, but different.
So this is not like just Cal transforms. This is like being possessed?
You may think of it that way. Yes.
Wait, what's mingling with your spirit?
He spins and turns into a bird, does a circle around the room, and then in midair again transforms and lands on his feet again. That.
Is that a different entity
What do you mean?
that makes you do that?
Well, yes. I don't know when the curse was first laid upon my family, but all of us are born with it. But again, as I say, similar, but different.
It's just hard to understand. Like, it's a different entity that granted you and your family this power.
I don't know how my family came to have this.
We're not sure. But you're saying that, like, this bite has put another entity in him, and it will slowly try to take over over time?
No. During under the influence of a full moon, it will seize his body and turn him into a monster of rage and death.
But it is like laying dormant now.
Mm-hmm. Well, yes and no. Closer we got to the full moon, had this not happened, closer we got to the full moon, you would have experienced effects. These have been removed by your compatriot, but the curse is still upon your spirit. The thing still dwells inside of you, and it will take hold when the moon becomes full.
All right, folks, I'm happy to purge myself of this curse, but I would like to find a way to do it without taking a life.
Okay.
Personally. And if it comes down to it, I think my options would be either isolate me somewhere until I can find it when that fateful night arises, or I just don't want to take another life of mine.
I get where you're coming from, Callister, but as our friend Dimitri here said, this isn't an innocent life we're talking about. This is a minion of Strahd, one of his soldiers. We may be doing this whole place a favor, taking him out. I agree with you that I don't want to take a life lightly, but sometimes, as I've learned over my life, there are times when you have to take a life.
Suppose this sire picked somebody else and turned them. Somebody not so blessed as you to have a group of compatriots who care about your well-being. And from him turning, he sired another, and another, and another. For that will continue. He has shown that by trying to turn you. He cares not what others think. His goal is to add to his pack. To raise the power of the devil himself. So I'm sorry, but I will not apologize for attempting to save my friend from pain and agony that I know he would endure.
Look. Things have grown tense. This is a matter of serious import to be discussed. But he's not going to start ripping throats out in the coming moments. You saw to that yourself, Drogar. You have your own way of doing things, as I have clearly seen. But I will encourage you to remove this from yourself. You will not like what it does to you. I guarantee.
We have a month to try and figure out how to do this the way that you want to do it, because it's your body and your curse. That doesn't sound as nice as I thought it was going to.
It's your body and your choice.
It's your body and your choice!
I mean, that too. It is.
And then Artemis will put his hand on Cal's shoulder, and he'll go, and we'll do it without taking a life if we can. I just want you to be open to the idea that it might not be possible, my friend, and I value you much more than a soldier of Strahd.
Have we learned nothing from the coffin maker? Have you learned nothing?
I think this is a different situation, my friend. But like I said,
Drogar looks at Dimitri and goes, "The lair. This is nearby, yes?"
Relatively speaking.
We have time to think about this and figure out different ways to fix it and remedy the issue. So let's take the information we've learned here and keep it in mind and move forward. We have a few weeks to deal with this. Should we continue on with the plan? head to the winery.
I just wanted a fucking book. That's it. Do you have a book, by the way?
Yes, I have many, but you will not learn. But I learned everything that I know from them, so I don't know that you'll be able to learn much more than what I have explained.
Okay, so then you'll join me. You'll join us, and I can just ask you questions along the way. It'll be my little.
Let me get you that book.
That was a nat 20 on the persuasion.
It was awesome.
Drogar is going to take a step outside.
Alrighty.
Oh boy. The grown-ups are fighting.
They're always fighting.
Okay.
Oh boy.
And then, so I'll look at Dimitri and I'll say, I appreciate your hospitality, my friend, and I appreciate all the information you've been able to give us. I hope to see you again soon.
Well, you know where to find me. Thank you all. And I am sorry if I have acted ungrateful or impudent. Like I said, it's been quite a while since I had company, but you have been marvelous house guests. Thank you.
I'm gonna go shake his hand.
He returns it in kind.
Thanks for hosting us at all, because it must have been really weird to be by yourself for 10 years and then have a bunch of people in your house.
Yeah.
That must have been really a lot. So thanks for all of the help. And thanks for all the research you've been doing. I know that we kind of derailed your plan that you have had for like a really long time. I think that if you ever wanted to come back to Vallaki, I think it would turn out better than you think it would. And you probably know better than I do, but I just have a feeling that it would turn out better than you think it would. If you ever want to give it a try. Yeah, thanks for all the research you did. I think it will really help make our friend out of there.
I hope so. This friend, very lucky to have one such as you on the outside.
I hope so. Do you have any reason to believe that when I send her messages that maybe Strahd would be listening? Does that seem like something he would be able to do?
This is a moment where it would be very dangerous to spare your feelings. Yeah. It sounds like something he would do.
Okay. Like he would be listening always, or if he found out that I was sending messages, then he would start listening? Or is there any difference?
With him, assume he's always listening.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you.
I'm going to take Pasha's hand and be like, you want to go outside?
Okay.
I'm going to run out to where Drogar went.
Okay.
Callister's going to pack up his stuff and sorry I spoiled for goodbye, mate. But you've been a solid friend. Thank you for hosting us.
Callister, a word before you go, actually, if you wouldn't mind.
Oh.
I'll take that as the cue to make my leave, and I'll extend a hand out to Dimitri real quick.
He takes it.
And I'll shake it, and I'll just say, I know your fight has changed since we've arrived. Just remember, you have allies now.
I know there aren't many safe places in Barovia, but this will be one for you.
I appreciate that, my friend. Stay safe.
Good luck.
Thank you. And I'll turn and go.
Kaz will take the same cue, and she'll give him a little handshake on the way out. And sort of echoing a little bit what Artemis said, will say,
Your battlefield has shifted. The fighters who survive adapt. Adapt.
She'll poke him lightly in the chest. Ouch.
Like for Kaz.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, you haven't steered me wrong yet, Kasle. Thank you.
Just follow Artemis.
How can I be of service?
He reaches into his cloak and he takes out a folded piece of paper and unfolds it, revealing it to be the doodle that you left him. Was this you?
Well, yes, it was.
And he kind of like works it in his fingers around and grabs hold of it and just looks down on it for a meaningful moment. They look good. How are they?
Your mother's something else.
You don't gotta tell me.
She's doing well. The inn is doing well. The bar's doing well. Brom and Bray, I don't know the last time you saw them.
Never.
Never.
I left 10 years ago.
Time is a funny thing.
Mm-hmm.
But they seem like good kids. They've taken a liking to Winnie.
Well, who wouldn't?
They seem surprisingly happy.
I haven't been alive long enough to learn that joy's fleeting. 10 years, Callister. I don't know. 10 years now seems more impenetrable than the fact that they tried to have me killed. Does that make sense?
It does make sense. But Brom and Bray didn't try to have you killed. Neither did your mother. I don't know what's going on with your father. I'm pretty certain Davian did try to have you killed. I think that's...
so you have met him.
I think that's a guarantee. But I don't think they're all in the same accord.
Thank you, my friend. Not this time, but maybe next time you stop by if you're headed that way. We'll see.
Callister heads out the door.
When you guys come outside, you see Drogar has pulled out his pipe and I imagine that Dimitri's area is kind of looking over the lake, right? Because he's in the center of it.
Yep.
So he's kind of at the edge of this circular area and he's just got one hand on his hip and he's just kind of
You're outside angry smoking.
He's just...
I didn't always sound like this.
He's just puffing on his pipe.
Artemis will come up beside him and pull out his pipe. Pack it up, strike a match, light up and go, and then he'll kind of give you a little side glance without really looking at you, and I'll just be like, I understand, my friend.
I must remind myself to have more patience.
I would think dragon nearly 530 years old would have learned that already.
Called out.
The fire in my breath is not the only fire in me, my friend.
As I've seen.
My ancestors, bronze dragons. I don't know how they do it. I don't know how they have such patience. Perhaps it was my enslavement to Tiamat that made me have such impulses. I know not.
Pasha walks over to you. He kind of hunches down a little bit and he's kind of because he still has your nightshirt on.
Waddles over?
Yeah. So he kind of crab walks over a little bit.
My son does this.
Yeah, uh-huh. You know the one.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know the one. When there's he has maybe something he wants to say, but he's a little nervous.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know what I mean? Yeah, you know exactly what I'm talking about. And at first he just kind of sits down next to you for a minute as you puff on your pipe. And he kind of just looking around at anything but you, Drogar.
Right.
And he reaches out one hand and he wraps just his hand around just your one pinky, Drogar.
Yes, little one.
You're good. I know you want to take care of people. You do take care of people. Sometimes you give answers when you should ask questions.
And that Drogar stuttering, Artemis kind of chuckles a little bit. And he looks at him and goes, who would have thought a boy of 14 would have more wisdom than a dragon?
What a dick!
Was a very, very astute point, Pasha. You continue to amaze me.
And Drogar just punches on him.
So I kind of stumble to the side.
I believe that's an attack roll.
Just imagine Hulk punching fucking Thor. Boom. Yeah. It's off frame. No,
Chuckling.
So Drogar will take his hand away from Pasha and wrap his arm around him and kind of pull him in. And and just go,
thank you, Pasha. You're right. You're very right. I was hasty. My past experiences with The curse has left me. And you can feel like a kind of chill go down Drogar's spine. And he's like, I have seen what the disease does to the purest of heart. I would not wish it on anyone. And in such a realm as this, I can only imagine that it is far worse than what I have seen. And I would not wish anything for Callister. Anything of that sort.
I have an out-of-character observation. You're talking to a werechild, my dude.
Yeah, I know. I'm aware.
Like,
Well,
But I can't help that. I can't. He's already fully afflicted by the curse.
mm-hmm.
And his case is different. His case is different than just pure lycanthropy. And I think that Drogar... I think in Drogar saying this, he is in a way apologizing to Pasha for what he had to go through with his lycanthropy. Because God knows that there was nobody there to help him. And who knows at what age he went through it.
We don't even really know what it is in his
And
case.
we don't.
It's
We have no idea.
Moon cycle dictated. It's,
No.
it's something
So-
else.
It could have been, and he's gotten past that.
It's
He
almost-
could have been born with it, kind of like Dimitri and their family.
It's almost like a mix between barbarian rage and lycanthropic.
But like the reality of it is not pleasant.
Oh,
It is most certainly painful. It is most certainly agonizing for this child to go through this transformation every time he goes through it.
Yeah.
And what's worse is up until this point, he hasn't had a choice in when he does it or not. It's been purely an instinctual reaction. And I think that that's what Drogar has been really kind of honing in on is the lack of control in the entire curse. It's like when that moon comes up, it's over. There is no controlling that. And the only way to quote-unquote control it is to give over to it more to the point of where you stay in lycanthropic form permanently. And so I think what Drogar's impatience and crotchetiness is coming out is the fact that he cares about Callister, and he sees a student and a mentor he sees himself as a mentor to him, and he doesn't want to lose him to something that he has the power to change or they have the power to overcome together. You know,
I think I'll kind of let Pasha and Drogar have their little moment after I recover from my little punch from Drogar.
Get the feeling back.
Yeah. And then I'll kind of just like walk past them, kind of pat them on the shoulder and make my way back to the rest of the group.
If you want to help a flower grow, you can't pull it out of the seed. You can't do anything to the flower because it's growing from underground. You have to work around it. You have to give it water and light and time. Sometimes helping something means giving it some space and letting it do its thing.
Callister walks out the front door. He's beaming after this conversation with Dimitri. Because he's feeling hopeful that maybe there will be some kind of amends at some point.
As you come out, Callister, Pasha rolls like a baby panda away from Troy. Do you know what I mean? He does that like yeah. He rolls like a baby panda away from Troy.
And Callister watches him go, well. And he goes, sorry to derail the morning, but we still have business to do. And this little Shinkenyama, we have some time, I believe. So I say, let's get on the road and let's get to it. And we can sort this out as we go.
You still want to go to the winery first?
Of course.
Okay.
Love Davian. Such a nice guy.
I do actually like him.
Me too.
He's a good time.
He's crotchety and cool. Okay. Do we need to go back through, like, the magical barrier to get out of here?
You can, I mean, from this angle, from inside, you can see the isthmus of land connecting back to the shore, the farther shore beyond.
Okay.
At some point, I would like my beach day, by the way.
I know, we gotta get
A beach episode.
We step out of the barrier and it's still downpouring.
Yeah, I was just saying,
Is it still raining outside?
No, it's not. It's still, I mean, it's foggy as always, but I mean,
Perfect.
it's the closest you can come to a nice day in Barovia.
So we grab Desi from the stables and we get
Uh-huh.
going.
Piling into the cart, off to the winery.
Piling in,
Let go.
off to the winery. Kaz drive to horsey.
Go, Desi.
Off you go. You're not too far away. So it does not take very long for you to get to the winery. 2 or 3 hours, let's say.
2 or 3 hours?
Mhm.
I think I could effectively get an hour and a half in.
Sure.
Are you studying with Drogar?
No.
Oh.
Oh.
You are studying on your own, my friend.
Oh.
Well.
While we're going, I'd like to look at Pasha and I'd be like, you want to help me scout, buddy?
Okay. What do I do?
We're going to run up ahead and look for tracks and see if we see signs of anything.
Okay.
Of any people or monsters or animals around. Not going too far, but
No, but
just
yeah,
like,
he'll go
and
with
just
you.
checking the radius around, like checking the sides and up ahead and stuff. Like,
Give me a survival check.
all right.
As they hop out of the cart and go to do their check, I kind of crawl and look out, and I'm just like, I'm just keeping an eye on Pasha as he's like outside of the cart scouting.
So we're considering this my favorite terrain?
Yeah.
All right. So that would be a 18.
18.
18.
Great. The road's relatively calm as you travel. As you grow closer and closer to the winery,
Mm-hmm.
you through a small gap in the foliage overhead, you see far off. You see Yester Hill rising up, against the background of thick fog,
Mm-hmm.
and you see little trails of smoke coming off it, like little cook fires coming off the top of Yester Hill, and from the center of it, one sort of really like thick black billowing tower of smoke.
Other than the smoke, can I make out anything of it, or
No, it's still too far away.
okay?
But yeah, you do see there's certainly something going on up there. Some activity, some life.
So I'll look at Pasha. I'm big.
Mm.
Do you sense anything over there towards those fires?
Oh, that's where I lived. Looks like someone's moved back in.
That it does. I just hope it's our berserker friends reclaiming their land and not more druids.
Are they your friends?
They are now.
Hmm.
They weren't before, but we've found common ground and we've become friends.
Mm.
Our friend Kaz over there leads their people in a way now.
So you were enemies, but now you're friends.
Yeah, it's funny how that happens sometimes. People realize that there wasn't much of a reason to fight in the first place.
Could you have been friends with the druids?
I wish that would have been possible. But I think there was something that corrupted their soul. I don't know that there was any common ground to find with them. As much as I don't like killing, I don't think they left us any choice. I'm sorry, my friend. I know they were your people even though they didn't treat you well. I wish we could have avoided it.
They were bad, but I don't know if they were lost.
Well, I'm sorry if we didn't do our best to see if we could save them.
Well, you saved me.
I think you might be saving us.
Yeah. I'll try to help.
I appreciate that, my friend. I'll try to learn as much as I can from you. You've already taught me a lot.
Okay.
Now let's go tell our friends about these cook fires.
Okay.
I think Drogar is sitting up with Kaz on the front.
Mm-hmm.
Note for Dan when you're editing this episode, I think that all needs to be underscored by On My Way by Peter Gabriel.
I will Google what is Peter Gabriel.
What? You do that. No judgment. You do that. I envy you getting to hear him for the first time.
Yeah, I envy you too. Yeah,
Oh, I love every bit of it.
Did he do a version? I've only heard the Rusted
I've only
Root
heard
one.
Rusted Root as well.
Oh, is that? Whoops. Excuse me while I swallow my foot.
I heard Rusted
I think
Root
Peter
played out
Gabriel, I think
live
you're
in
talking about
Virginia
Salisbury
Beach.
Hill.
I
think
definitely, he definitely did Salisbury Hill. Did
Which
he not
you
do
could
On My Way?
mash up the two of them because Easter Hill and On My Way.
He did Salisbury steak.
That's a shawl.
That's a dog.
I would like to stab Straw through the heart with a Salisbury steak.
Great. Okay. So the rest of you on the cart. I'm sorry. So Winnie, you were just sort of checking Pasha out.
Yeah,
There
when
she
he
was.
They are children.
Oh my god.
The look was like, he's not lying.
That's correct.
No, that was a fucking natural
No, that's
20.
a natural 20 on getting yams.
Oh my god.
No.
Yams check.
No, it just
Can you give me a yams roll? Give me a roll for yams.
when I hear Artemis be like, you want to go check about, like, see if there's like monsters out there? I just kind of shoot, just crawl and like peek out, just making sure that they're not in danger. And like, Callister's occupied doing his thing. Drogar and Kaz are up front, and I'm just feeling I just feel a little antsy, and I'm just.
He seems okay. Yeah.
Peeking out, making sure he's okay.
He seems to gleefully run off with Artemis to do some scouting.
Can I roll to see if I notice Winnie?
Sure. Yeah, give me a
doing
perception
this?
Trying to be stealthy, Winnie?
I don't think so, because I don't think anybody's paying attention to me.
Right. Go ahead.
So what was it? Perception?
Yes.
16.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so
you see her sort of
I
lean out of the
noticed
car.
her kind of look, and I just turned to her and like just nod and just kind of let her know, like, I won't let anything happen to him.
Just let me know if you need magic.
Will do. Thanks.
Yeah. So they do go off to do a bit of scouting over the course of the few hours it takes you to get within sight of the winery and Yester Hill.
Drive.
So after another round of the scouting, you see Artemis and Pasha making their way back towards the cart.
So I jog up and kind of look at everyone. I was like, well, looks like someone's settled back on Yester Hill. See a few cook fires over there and maybe a big central bonfire. I really hope it's our berserker friends reclaiming their home, but I don't know.
Well, that would save us a trip back to the berserkers if Zari is already here.
Should we check it out?
I think we should talk to Davian first, and then move on.
Really?
Was it? We'd pass it first, right?
The longer
Pass
that
the
we
yes-
carry this gem without it being in its rightful place, the more it is at risk of being reclaimed by the devil.
But if we can just do a sneaky sneak.
Let's just see what's up there.
If we can do a sneaky
Well,
sneak.
you have to
A little sneaky sneak, a little peeky peek.
You have to go by the winery to get to
we're
the
literally-
to
Yester Hill?
We're literally
Oh,
in front
then,
of the winery.
Then whichever comes first.
Okay, yeah. And then I'd like to, if I could find a moment when Pasha's not really around.
Sure. Yeah.
Is it right away when I get there, or?
Yeah, I mean, yeah. If you after your scouting, the cart,
or maybe
continues to turn to. He goes to talk to the horse for a minute.
Okay, yeah, perfect. Or I'll tell him to scout ahead or something.
Yeah. Sure.
And I'll look at everyone. I'll be like, well, friend Pasha brought something to my attention that I hadn't really considered. He told me that he didn't, even though the druids were bad, he didn't know that they were past saving. I think if we encounter them again, we have to try something else to prevent it from coming to blows and taking lives. Can't believe it's something I didn't even consider. I thought their souls were corrupted and lost.
We didn't really have a chance to ask.
Well,
there's much goodness in the boy.
Let's just keep it in mind, and if we do run across any more, maybe we can handle it differently next time.
Mm-hmm.
Callister's in his book, and he mutters in his breath, maybe we come across werewolves.
We're talking about that too!
Huh?
You heard him.
Don't mind him. He's just salty.
Actually, it's more itchy.
Oh. This is... I do an exasperated...
I think this is now beyond the reaches of Remove Curse.
And that's
Drogar will dismount, grab the gem, and will head in toward Davian.
I'm going too.
Was there something you wanted to say to Cass? There was a moment when you wanted to pop up onto the cart there.
I think it's a flashback. I think it's when we were riding on the way here, when everybody was kind of on their own. Sort of
when like I was scouting ahead with Pasha.
Yeah.
So
By all means.
Just stick it back.
In these travel sequences, time is very liquid. Please, go ahead.
Just
Kaz, I'd be curious to know your opinion on our situation, our current situation.
Do you mean Callister?
Yes, I fear perhaps I was too hasty with my magic.
This is something I meant to tell him, but I think maybe you should hear it too. I know that many of you, if not all of you, have tried to speak with your gods since we've been here. And it hasn't gone well.
No.
I have not tried. Do you want to know why?
Yes, I would like to know.
The one-eyed god, Grumsh, created the orcs. His influence is something that no orc has ever managed to escape. Full orc or half orc. But his influence is what creates anger within our race. It is a very difficult thing to master. I am nowhere near it. But the reason I wake up every morning and I sit and I try to find some stillness within myself is so that I can feel his influence on me without losing control. Many before me have done it very well. It's certainly not the same as a curse, or lycanthropy. Yes.
It is a mouthful, my friend.
But I think if Callister is strong of will, there's a chance he might be able to use it. Because if he can't, then maybe I can't either. So I hope he can.
Kaz, I've yet to meet a barbarian as insightful as you. It's humbling. I think that there is a difference, though, my friend, between a disease and a gift. I know anger is dangerous, but you wield it with such refinement. And whether you think so or not, I see that you are learning to control it.
Thank you for saying so. I still have a long way to go.
Well, yes, as do I. Hell, I'm 528 years old. But I need to work on asking for permission. It seems to be my biggest flaw. I act without asking.
There was a long time where I tried not to get angry at all. I can't shut off what I come from. I need to use it. And if we can't remove the curse from Callister, he will need to learn to use it.
If that were the case, I certainly hope he has the strength and the understanding that you have.
He is strong-willed. He may need to learn a thing or two about self-control as well.
Yes.
But he wants to learn. He's doing it right now. Keep reading!
Aye, keep it down. I'm trying to read.
That's the spirit. Good lad.
You know, Kaz, when I was under the control of Tiamat, I had an access to a great amount of fury. Dark, terrible, magnificent, but terrible powers. And I still feel them. They are there under the surface. Though 100 years of practice have kept them at bay. I wish I had the strength that you have. That I perhaps would have been able to use them for good. Rather than have them control me.
That is my struggle. Every day. It is great and powerful and terrifying. when my blood turns to steam in my veins, but it's also when I'm at my strongest. And I know that without it, I would be dead.
Well,
Drogar kind of puts out a gentle arm.
no, you are not alone. That I see your advances. Every time.
Thank you.
Fade to the sound of...
After a time, the road again splits. You know, the southern road leading off towards Yester Hill, rising up in the distance. The westward road leading towards the winery, and making your way. The winery is the plan, yes, still, yeah,
Yes.
yeah. Making your way down. Before too long, you see the almost like sort of reddish cherry kind of color of the winery boards appear around a bend in the road. And you make your way up.
As we get close, I'd like to look at Pasha and be like, would you like to meet our friend Davian this time?
No.
And he goes, okay. He goes, would you like me and Sasha to wait out here with you?
No, you've got heroing to do. I'll just wait here.
We could just run into two of us again like we did last time.
You and Woody will run inside.
And then I'll look at Pasha back. I'll tell you what, Sasha told me she wants a rematch from her wrestling match earlier.
Lucky.
All right.
I have a question.
Yes.
Does Pasha have all his teeth?
Yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
I just, when he smiled and said Uki, I just imagined like maybe one more, like a kid with
No,
them.
I think he's got them all. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
I'm
If
missing.
he had all his baby teeth gone. Or
Winnie's missing one?
Mhm.
Oh,
Really?
I didn't know that.
Oh, which one?
Oh, yeah, I remember. Yeah, I've seen that in the fan art. I think Pasha has a little. Pasha probably could have done that with braces.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean?
Sure, maybe like a chip.
So he's got like a little.
low cat.
Yeah, that's exactly it.
Oh,
He's
it's
got
chipped.
kind of
Okay.
like
little chipper.
like his one of his front teeth is like just a little chip off the edge.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
That's adorable.
Like anyway.
So sweet.
So who's going to the winery? Who's staying?
I'll stay.
Let's go.
1, 2, 3 to the winery. 2 stay.
I'll stay with the wild child.
Oh, yeah. Kaz is helping me referee the wrestling match.
All right.
Cut to kung kung kung.
Winnie, Drogar, and Callister approach the winery, knocking upon the door. You open it up, and you see the familiar face of Davian standing on the inside. My friends.
Hello, young man. Long time no see.
Hello, old fart, please come in.
Oh, Tosh. Oh, boy.
Not many people call me young.
Davian, we had another present for you.
Oh?
Drogar pulls from the bag of holding.
I have the bag of holding.
Oh, you have the bag of holding.
Callister, can I please take the gem?
Yeah, well.
Tung tung tung.
Fast forward.
We have
So
a present
Winnie,
for you.
yeah, pulls out. You have the gem?
And he extends one long, papery skinned hand. You can see all the veins and liver spots running across it. And he takes it. Right. Yeah. And you can see again, as he holds it in his hand again, there's like this wash of relief across his face, and he even stands up a little bit straighter.
10 years. Never thought I'd see it again. But this does mean, did you kill the boy?
Of course not. Why would we do such a thing like that?
On the contrary, my friend. He has joined the cause.
He was always part of the cause.
He's been doing some really good work. He's been scouting the castle and everything.
You see, my friend, something that I have learned of late is that even the old can sometimes overlook things. I find it happens with startling regularity.
I think he'll be happy to know that he's doing well, that he's determined to keep your bloodline going, that he really truly cares for the people. He might have some misguided ways to do that, but I don't think you two are on different sides.
And that when we asked him for the gem, he gave it to us.
You see, Davian, your grandson had the same goal as you. Granted, his way of achieving it was rather elementary, but it was a good idea. His plan was to harness the energy of the gem to bolster his magics, his natural magics, so that he might take on the devil himself.
Sounds like a plan a 18-year-old would come up with, eh?
Yes. Yes. But the important thing, Davian, is that your grandson had your best interest in mind.
This is a hard place.
Truly.
It pushes you to make hard choices.
Yes.
Choice I made 10 years ago. It may not have been the right one, but it is the choice I made at the time to try to keep my family and my people alive.
Yes.
He is well?
He's very well.
Very smart, too.
Well, he's a Mordogov. Good.
He takes after his mother.
All the more lucky for him. Doesn't mean it wasn't a stupid thing to do, idiot.
I know. Listen, it's messy.
If I were you, Davian, I would use that little corvanthropy trick of yours. Perhaps drop a line to your grandson.
But what do you want to do? You said you made a choice back then, and it was a choice you made.
Mm-hmm.
You have your gym back. Where are you, Mike? What do you think?
I think it's time I start making wine again, which is a thing and place I'm very comfortable with. So, I thank you. You have done more for me in your short time here than much anyone else could do. Is there anything else I can help you with?
Is there
As you've done so much for me.
Take back to town for you?
No. Yes.
Got a few barrels if you're headed back to Valaki Way.
Yes. Of the Dragon Crush, I'm pretty sure Valaki would be grateful for that. There is one thing I would like to ask you.
By all means.
Have you any family recipes to remove lycanthropy from the soul?
Callister rolls his eyes so fucking hard.
Lycanthropy, this is not something I know very much about, I am afraid. I am a humble winemaker.
Oh, you mean, and Callister looks straight at Drogar. You mean a stiff drink can't cure lycanthropy? Oh my!
Okay.
Well, if it could, my family would be out of business, huh?
I'll say this much, Davian. I think what you do for the people is something tremendous, truly. There's not much joy in these dark lands. And you toil away out here on your own, giving us a way to boost our spirits, so thank you.
Mm-hmm. Is that... Oh, you're welcome.
That's it, mate.
Davian, do you have any knowledge of Baba Lysaga?
What is it you need to know?
What we are aware that the last gem is in her possession.
Mm-hmm.
My question would be, is there anything that we should prepare for more than anything else upon making the voyage to that area of Krez?
Well, I don't know. Not many folks go to the ruins of Paris these days.
Yes.
One, it's a ruin. And two...
Well, I gathered that from
a bog witch lives in it. So not many people go there.
It's not Six Flags.
There's no funnel.
It's no Blinsky.
Does it look like Coney Island?
Ping pong.
I don't know. Take a stiff drink before you go. What is it? She is a monster. If you intend to go there and find that gem, bring monster slaying things.
All right. You got that right here, mate.
Oh boy. Oh my gosh. I take you by the pinky and you by the pinky, and I say, Davian, thank you so much. Drag you outside.
Cue the knuckle
And I try to kick the door open to take you back outside, and I take you back outside and I go, listen, you two! You! Don't go around telling everybody about lycanthropy business. What if somebody found out who it was in our party that has lycanthropy and would try to kill them.
Yeah.
and now at this point, there's dragon dad energy coming down out of this angle, and I'm starting to like.
It's like
I'm trying to hold my ground.
You're right. It does put us at risk.
Listen, Drogar, I promise I'm going to handle this. Alright? We have 3-4 weeks. I'm going to handle this. I'm taking this very seriously.
My friend, I think you misunderstand why I am angered.
No, I think it's pretty clear you're worried about me. You're worried about my soul.
Well, that's without saying. I'm angered that you held it for so long. From us.
On me. That's my fault. That's my fault. And I sincerely apologize. That's all I can do about that.
Nothing bad happened. That's actually all that matters. It must have been really scary. He was alone when that happened. There's no... I don't even know I would think about that. That was even a possibility. I'm just saying we gotta be really careful about telling other people about it.
Very well. However, from this point on, you must be upfront with the party.
Of course.
If we are to trust you with our lives, if there is something that endangers any one of us, we must know.
Of course.
And seeing them all standing out front, I'm going to yell, "Hey, did you guys ask Davian about the fires on Yesterhill?"
Oh, yeah! I say, you two wait here! And I run back and I try to kick the door open again, and I think it just goes... Run back in, Davian!
Hi.
There's fires on Yesterhill. Do you know who that is?
Seems like your friends from the woods have moved back in.
Oh, really? Okay, thank you. And I run and I take the 2 pinkies and head toward the Artemis.
What'd you guys find out?
Davian thinks it's the berserkers. I think we should check it out.
Sounds good to me. Hopefully our friend Zari is there waiting. Kaz, would you like to lead us to your people?
I think it's about time the chieftain made an appearance.
Kasle goes, "She's here!"
All right, you head that way.
Kaz.
Hang on.
The power. Kaz Queen.
Kaz Queen.
The power has gone straight to my head.
As we feared.
As is tradition.
First she gets a spear, then she gets a crown. What's next?
She conquers the entire kingdom.
She charms
All right.
Strahd.
So now it's Curse of Kaz is the next adventure. Kaz has taken over Barovia.
Oh, no!
Imagine.
What a sequel. What a twist.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Here's after them yams.
I was just going to say, Callister, if we do go to dinner at Strahd's mansion, should I bring yams?
No.
You keep saying he's trying to get my yams.
Not only should you bring yams, you should dress up the yams.
Oh, God.
So, like, butter and salt and sugar.
And brown sugar.
Oh, God.
And then Artemis
I'll
looks...
keep going. Okay, I will keep going.
Artemis looks at you two and goes, "While we're talking about yams, I forgot to tell you guys about an experience I had the other night with Strahd."
Wait, I thought you did tell us about that. I thought you did tell us about that.
Yeah, you did tell us about that.
Did I?
Yeah.
I'm failing to see how this relates to
Okay.
yams. This is kind of a culinary conversation,
I never
I
said
think.
that.
We're doing really good. Okay.
We are hitting on all aces tonight, I'll tell you that.
Yesterhill?
Yes,
Yes.
Jill. Go on.
I can feel it coming in the air tonight.
The Critical Fail DM Strahdcast features Dan Ison as Callister, Ned Pryce Iannacone as Drogar, Campbell O'Hare as Winnie, Kay Devine-Jones as Kaz, Tyler Kanter as Artemis, and me, Trevor William Fayle, as your DM. This episode of the Strahdcast was edited and designed by Kay Devine-Jones. Curse of Strahd and its original characters are the creative property of Wizards of the Coast. To tide you over between episodes, check us out on TikTok, Twitch, YouTube, Etsy, and Twitter at Critical Fayle DM. That's Critical Fayle DM. Our patrons can concentrate on 2 spells at once. Folks like Nairi, Genji Sado Fraser, Once Hair, Quinn Bowmeister, and Fog. If you like what we do here and want to support us directly, you can go to patreon.com/criticalfailedm and subscribe starting at just $5 a month. Or check out our merch on our Etsy store. If you aren't quite ready to support us financially, that's okay. Rating and leaving a review on our Apple podcast, subscribing to our YouTube, or following us on Twitch are all great ways to help us out. Thanks, Dungeoneers, and take your day with advantage.